Hello, survivors. Welcome back to another episode of Will You Survive?
The podcast.
Where we go over survival tips in certain scenarios, like in this case, Train to Busan. And for me, I don't know how you felt. I felt very claustrophobic throughout the whole thing.
You know, I never really thought about that. I'm not one to really get all that claustrophobic, but that would be not fun.
No, I mean, you have nowhere to go. You have no movement. You have, I just feel like you don't even have elbow space. You know what I mean?
Yeah, especially with them piling all on top of each other. When they were crawling through on where the luggage goes on the top.
Yeah.
That felt a little tight. I don't think I get as claustrophobic as most people do on like airplanes or trains or whatnot.
Yeah, I could see that.
At church, I only get claustrophobic when I'm between you and someone else.
It's what do they call it? Man spreading?
Yeah, it's not even that. It's when we're standing.
Oh, right.
I'm just like
shoulders,
squished in, clapping like basically doing golf claps.
Which sucks because actually, a lot of times I need you in order to be in time.
Yeah, I have a loud clap. You want to hear?
Well,
is the baby asleep?
Yeah, but I think we're okay in here.
So I have a loud clap, right?
Yeah.
I have a pretty loud clap. That's like a pretty standard clap for me.
I get such a kick out of it when you hear everybody, and I'm like this anywhere, right? If people are clapping out of time,
Oh, no.
I can't clap.
Oh no, the popcorn effect.
I can't do it. So I'm like, I just stop. I don't know if you've ever noticed it. I do like a faux clap.
I've noticed a few people in our family do that, and I appreciate that instead of some of the other people who just go, now we're on the offbeat. Who cares?
No, it's worse. Like
it's way worse.
If you're doing the offbeat, if you're actually doing the offbeat, it sounds kind of cool. But
I mean, you have like brah, dum, brah, dum, brah, dum. You got that one clap.
Okay. So in this movie, one of the things I got to say, I like how they kind of tell you what happened, but they didn't. Right?
Because you only know as much as the guy knows.
Yeah, you only know that there was some kind of a toxic spill, if you will, and there's a problem. And then you knew something really bad happened when that truck driver ran over that deer, and he looks at it, he's like, oh man, and he gets back in his truck and he drives off, and then the deer gets back up.
That guy didn't even drag the deer off to the side of the road or anything. He just left it. What? That's so messed up.
Yeah, that's kind of a dick move.
What the hell,
Especially
man?
because it was like a wide open road and nobody else was on it.
Yeah. Well, also, like, it's a wide-ass open road. You're just leaving a deer in the middle of it?
Yep. Someone
What
else's
the heck?
problem. But I don't mind. I really, really, really don't mind when movies don't want to answer that question. How did it happen? What caused it? All of that stuff. Because I think, most of us moviegoers of today, we're cynical. And we're going to complain about everything no matter what.
There's
right?
always something.
Unless
I can always
it's
find
just
something.
in your face and it just takes over right away without you even being able to answer a question, right? You can't ask a question because you're thrown in the midst of this thing so fast that it's just going on. I do like that they built up the characters a little bit. We got to know some of the characters, which I feel is really important. So
Who was your favorite?
Who was my favorite character?
Mm-hmm.
God, what was his name? The big dude,
yeah.
Sang-hwa.
Yeah.
He was kind of the all around good guy.
He's just the best.
And
even when he was turned, he was still fighting the zombies.
Yeah.
Off. He had the will of I don't know what has a strong will.
Yep.
What has a strong will?
What has a strong will? The honey badger.
Oh yeah, he was a fucking honey badger. Yeah, he was.
Honey badger don't give a fuck.
Oh man.
So what I like about this and what makes it so hard for us in this kind of a topic is we don't have the option to do any of the things that we talk about, right? Hunker down. You have supplies. Let the major blowback happen.
Well, kinda.
You're on a train.
Yeah, you're on a train. They were going to one place that just so happened to... Oh, no, they had to get on a connecting train.
Right.
But I think you can't hunker down forever.
No.
But they could have hunkered down in one train car and
Well, not
kind
really.
of waited until you get to the next station.
Not really, because they were told, they were given bad information. They believed, and it wasn't wrong. They were under the impression that the military had held up that next stop where they all got off.
Oh, yeah.
So the information wasn't wrong. The military was there.
They just
They were just all turned.
yeah. I wonder how long that had happened ago. Because in my mind, that had like just happened.
Yeah, I mean, it was happening as they were getting on the train. They were only isolated in the spot, and they did say that this was nationwide. It was not any better in one place than another.
Messed up of the military, not to warn them or anything. Not a hey, don't stop here. Just kidding.
Well, I guess it
Did
would
they
be
have that kind of communication with them?
it would be the question of who would give out that warning,
I guess so.
right?
I mean, I
'Cause
feel like somebody's got to be like, "Oh shit, tell them not to stop here."
I hate to say it this way, but I think they have much bigger problems.
I get it. I would just, you just told somebody,
It's
yeah,
a
come
train
stop
of a
here.
few hundred
Well,
people.
I guess the guy who drives the train, what's he called?
Engineer.
The engineer. The conductor is the guy who's like, all aboard.
I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not too savvy with how trains work, but I've always known.
You weren't a train kid?
I was a train kid, but I always knew the guy as the engineer who drove, and the conductor was the man who was in charge of passengers and baggage.
The engineer, did he like have, I forget like some of the smaller details. The engineer, who did he talk to to get that info to stop at that station?
I don't know who he talked to.
Or was it just like another engineer?
It would be what would you
the
call it? It would be
station
like
control?
dispatch. It's
Gotcha.
not a station, if you will. It would be like a dispatch control. I don't know that they have individual, and because I mean this took place in Korea, so I don't know how that works necessarily. Is there even somebody manning a station? So I'm in Los Angeles, and we're gonna travel north to, let's say, Pismo Beach, right? I don't know if every stop along the way there is a manned station that the engineer can talk to and say, I'm coming in, I'm going to be arriving at this time. Or is it all controlled by a main hub, which I think is the way it's controlled.
That does a few routes.
They do several. So I think in their situation, we're in South Korea, and they're going from, I think they were going from Seoul, but I'm not positive.
That sounds right.
And they were traveling to Busan, which, God, there was conversation and there was conflict between our main guy, Sakwoo, and his baby mama. She was like, my daughter can't ride the train alone. He's like, yes, she can. She'd be fine. And then he got a guilty conscience and decided I'll take her on the train.
Man, he'd have done well in America with that business mentality.
Oh my God. But could you imagine if he would have sent his daughter on that train by herself? I mean, jeez. But again, all of my...
So his guilt was plot armor.
Oh, absolutely. All of my tactics of hunker down, shelter in place, they all fall apart because, number one, you are in this universe where you're not thinking of a zombie apocalypse, and there's no reason for them to think that. It's just everything up to that point was just very strange, right? There was nothing clearly outright, and the media, being the media, they were giving all wrong reports. They were calling all of these riots. But that's not to even demean the media in this movie, because Sakwoo's assistant was telling him that there were riots, that there were strikes. There was a worker strike at one of their plants. And he was like, oh, well, what do you mean? What happened? He was like, oh, there's violence. Like it's erupting all over the place. And then he called him back and he said, it wasn't just a strike. Like, this was a full-blown riot, and there was a lot of violence involved. We don't have all the details. So then you started finding out that, like, oh shit, this is happening all over the place, and it's really bad. So what do? You're on this train, you're traveling. How do you plan for what's to happen? And I think the writers did a really good job, because I can't see myself doing anything different. I don't
Yeah.
want to be on a train all this time. Okay, we have to get off this train at some point.
You can't. Well, first of all, you can't plan something like this. That's like Resident Evil Degeneration, where it all starts on a plane.
Right.
What happened? Oh, World War Z does it too. What happens when you're on a plane and a zombie infection breaks out?
You brought that up, which was a really good point. Even all of the planning of we're going to barricade the door and do all of that stuff. What do you do when the fucking plane lands? How do you get off of it? How do
Yeah.
you do everything? You have to like be all quiet and all of this. How do you do all of that?
There's no way. The only way I could see is that those big planes have usually like a cargo elevator, but that's where the zombie came in from.
That's right.
So you kind of worry about that. But I mean, a plane full of them, or maybe a few in the cargo hold. You kind of take your pick. But I think the elevator was also where the zombies were. So that's just such a screwed situation.
It is.
You're
It
not
is.
surviving that.
In transport, I mean, jeez, but I mean, they even said it in World War Z, right? That was the perfect carrier. Having the planes taking the infected all over the world. That was the delivery system.
Yeah.
So maybe this was kind of like a delivery system for Korea. It was just taking it
The
everywhere.
trains?
Yeah. And I mean, specifically this one. You remember how many zombies were on that one car?
But I mean, there was also enough zombies to take out that whole military at that station.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
So does Peninsula talk on like the origins of this virus
No.
at all?
Not no. It's just
Peninsula
it's
is the sequel to
Right.
Train to the official sequel to Train to Busan.
it's just a wasteland, and people who are trapped in there are just kind of doing their thing. The powerful ones are profiting off of all of this misery. But again, I'm so curious on all of these things. How do you profit on this? How do you have people who still want to give you things of value for what?
Well,
For entertainment, because that's what most of it was. It was like putting on shows, like Coliseum shows, where these guys had to survive through the zombies coming in. You know, that was their whole entertainment aspect.
I mean, I think ruthless businessmen would definitely, if they don't die in some stupid way in the beginning, if they're actually smart, could probably figure out a good way to profit, because people are still people, especially deeper into an apocalypse. Think like Walking Dead, the zombie pits
Yeah.
from the governor. It's kind of the same thing. People are going to start wanting entertainment. People, once survival itself is not, once it's not a 99% chance of death and it's like a 85%, people are going to start wanting some other.
Do you
human
remember
needs.
what the governor claimed he was doing with those zombies? He talked to
Don't remember.
Andrea. Andrea was with the
Yeah, I remember
was
that.
with the prison crowd. She got separated. She ends up with the they end up at the prison. She ends up with Michonne,
Yeah, and the governor.
and then they run into the governor,
Mm-hmm.
and he tells her that it was all staged. Right? We pulled all their teeth out. We pulled their nails out. They can't scratch. They can't bite. Which, in that kind of a weird scenario, that weird situation here, where I'm looking at two men fighting in a ring with zombies all around them, I think I don't like it. But when you tell me that they're defanged and they're denailed and they can't cause any harm, now I end up enjoying it, kind of like WWE. It's not fake. It's scripted.
So I get that. I still think it's crazy either way, because that's equivalent to the Colosseum, like gladiators back in the day, where they would quite literally just two men would go into the Colosseum and
Fight to the death.
and kill each other. And that was entertainment.
Yep.
A real human dying was entertainment for a crowd. So it doesn't shock me at all that
I guess
humans
that's
would
a good
eventually
point.
want stuff like
That is
that,
a
because
good
you're kind of
point.
going back to that time.
And we would be back to a crude nature.
Yeah. especially when human beings that we've once known are eating each other
Yep.
and infecting people.
Yeah.
All bets are off on morality.
Yeah, you've seen so much violence, even though that's not really your neighbor. That's not really
Yeah.
your wife. That's not really your kids. Like, they're gone. But the shell of them is doing all of these atrocious things.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I guess that makes a lot of sense when you put it like that. That you're seeing so much of it, you are desensitized, and it's probably a way of making yourself more comfortable around it, right? Your violence is normal now.
Exactly. Humans be humaning. So
So I guess in this regard, the movie captivated me because I had a hard time looking at what would I even do different. Like, what could I do?
them being blind in semi-darkness
That was brilliant.
is
fact
rather
that they were-
convenient.
The fact that they were able to find that out.
Well, they found it out because the newspaper.
Was it the newspaper? I thought it was because of the homeless dude who threw a coat on that zombie's head.
Oh yeah, I guess so. I didn't quite correlate it at that point. I didn't realize that it was. I don't know how to describe it. I didn't realize that it was blinded. I just thought it was like, oh, silly zombie.
He kind of became like I don't want to say docile, but maybe more lame or dumb, because as soon as it was covered on its head, it was just kind of like looking around aimlessly. It couldn't figure out where to go.
It's like a bird when you put a blanket over its cage.
But I guess, yeah. But I mean, okay, so there was this time that we were dealing with a hawk. Now, I don't know if you've ever seen a hawk up close,
Pretty
but
big, right?
not only are they big, but those talons
Oh,
are
pretty sharp.
legit, right? And there was definitely something wrong with this hawk. It's down low and it's going near this the fountain fixture, and it keeps drinking water, right? So it's like, okay, something's wrong with you. What is wrong with you? So I called animal control. I was like, I'm
Not gonna go fuck with a hawk.
and the animal control lady asked me, have you tried walking up to it? I was like, hell no.
I'm not trying to get falcon punched. Are you kidding me?
Like, have you seen the talons on these things? She goes, okay, well, we'll send somebody out. And so they do. They send someone
What a
out.
horrible
Advice?
animal control rep.
Right?
Have you tried walking up to it?
Which,
No.
by the way, I found out afterwards, it's illegal
To walk up
to
to
capture a hawk.
Oh, yeah, she really just gave you some horrible advice.
Horrible advice. So they send
There's a mountain
animal
lion in my
control guy.
backyard. Have you tried
Have you
petting
tried
it?
petting it?
It might just want some belly scratches. You should go check first. If it gets mad, let me know. We'll send someone out.
Take a stake with you, right?
As a distraction.
Wear it around your neck,
Oh,
right? Because it'll know that that's the food, not you.
exactly.
So
Very smart.
when the guy came out, and it was funny because he explains what he's going to do, and he has this big cloth, and he goes, I'm going to walk up, I'm going to cover up the hawk. And I'm like, what's that going to do? He goes, as soon as they're covered, they become docile. It's like, really? And I witnessed this, man. As soon as he covered this hawk, it did not fight him. It didn't try to do anything. Like, it didn't even kick its feet when he picked it up in the air. When it was covered, it just became completely docile.
Cool. Now I know how to fight a hawk.
And cover its eyes.
Go
Cover its
hold the
eyes,
blanket.
put it in darkness, just like these zombies in Train to Busan. As soon as you make it dark, they don't fight. They barely move.
So here's the thing. In the scene where they're going through the tunnel and all the zombies are blind, I assume if they bump into one, that leads actually to a different question. If they're blind and they probably don't have an enhanced sense of smell since they were able to sneak by them, could they not have just shuffled through the zombies like a zombie?
Okay, maybe.
I wouldn't want to test it.
That's my thing.
But
My thing is, yeah, you probably could, but do you want to?
because
I'd
also, what if you
rather-
come out of the tunnel?
I'd rather give them a wide berth.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Go all the way around.
But theoretically, that could work.
It could.
They're here.
Who?
The zombies.
I thought the gate would stop them.
They knocked it down instantly.
How much time do we have?
They're already here.
We should have bought that beautiful Los Angeles dream house in that safe neighborhood that Corinne showed us.
I know, it was so much more defensible, and Corinne would have had us moved in before the apocalypse.
Do you think it's too late to call her now?
I'll try. No! We should have called Corinne sooner!
Don't wait until it's too late. Call Corinne Salas today at 714-510-6443 and buy your Los Angeles dream house now. That's 714-510-6443. You can also find her on Instagram at Next Home by Corinne or visit her website at corinnesalas.nexthomegrandview.com. That's CORINNESALAS.nexthomegrandview.com. So, how do I do any of the things that I would want to do in this? Because I think the way that they portrayed it, they got off the station and there was only one way to go. They went that one way and it was completely overrun. So it's not even like they could get out of that train station. They retreated back to the train because that's the only place they could go. Thankfully.
And then you have that one stupid person. I don't remember. I think it was a couple who opened the wrong train door and let all the zombies out that were in that one train car.
What? I don't remember that.
You don't remember that?
When they were running back to the train?
They ran back to the train and people were running in, and then one couple opened up the wrong train car.
They were a disposable couple, weren't they?
For sure.
We didn't even know who they were?
No.
Okay.
And let out a bunch of the zombies that were stuck in that train car. And that created a problem for everybody else running back to the train.
Yeah. Okay, so some of my favorite characters, even though my favorite guy was the all-around good guy, but the baseball players.
Oh, they were dope.
I liked most of those guys.
Oh, man. And the thing was, they were so conflicted. Because, like, when it started happening to their teammates, you see how, like, conflicted they were?
Yep. So this guy just made himself at home on me.
Yeah. Bon Jovi's here again.
Bon Jovi is here.
My buddy, he was like, it's wild that Bon Jovi has been on the podcast way more than I have.
Well, give him a shout out.
My buddy TJ?
Yeah.
Well, we got to get him on for one of these.
Hang on. TJ, here. Bon Jovi wants to say hi.
I think we got that, yeah.
Okay, you got to be careful. I'm scared of your back.
He's got a weak back. He's a miniature dachshund, so he's tiny.
I know. I always worry about their backs because they're so active. They love jumping. They love doing all of that. But it's like, can you really do all of that?
Oh my gosh! There's this one dog at my work. Hang on. She's one of my screensavers.
Oh, I like that guy.
This is Pepsi.
Oh, that's a great name.
Yeah. She is the sweetest dog ever. She is quite the jumper. She can jump our fence.
Oh,
yeah.
Dang.
She can jump 2 of our gates. And she can't jump the main fence. She can't jump the 8-foot. But she can jump the, 5-foot gates that we have in between. Like, we have multiple barriers before the outside. She can jump 2 of the 4. And the only reason she can't jump the 3rd is because it's, like, a really tall wooden structure door.
So, have you know what other canine species can jump unbelievably high and it's scary? Coyotes.
Coyotes can?
From what looks like a dead stop, they'll jump over a 6-foot fence.
That's wild.
And I'm not talking about run up the fence and over.
Stopped and just
jump over freaking
just
kangaroo jump, Yeah.
Just
they'll
a high jump.
Vault over. If they ran up like a side wall and over, they could probably go higher.
Every time I see a coyote around here, it looks awkward.
You know what bothers me is I keep seeing one in the daytime.
That one's sick, no?
He's alone and he's always out during the day. I think he's sick because that's not normal, right? It shouldn't be so common. See them once, okay, they're caught out late, they're past curfew, they're gonna get grounded. But you see them all the time. I'm like, every time I'm out for a jog, I'm like, what are you doing out?
Nothing good happens after 2 p.m. Doesn't the coyote know?
Nothing good happens after 7 a.m.
True.
When I'm out on a jog and that fucker's out there. I'm like, what is this guy doing? And what bothers
He's
me
doing the walk
most,
of shame, and you're shaming him more.
oh, I'm shaming him because
Wow.
he's not even scared of me. Like,
Okay, that's scary.
they should be skittish. You
No,
know?
they're scared. They should be scared.
Yeah.
When I took Anne to the airport, my car was parked in the corner, so I went to go get it, and I saw one coyote standing in the middle of the road. So I did my no sound for dogs. I went, and when I was doing it, he Bon Jovi. You're not in trouble.
So what? I didn't do anything.
You're okay. You didn't do anything. You're a good boy. The one hyena, the one coyote was like, "Oh, fuck that," and started walking away. And then I saw a second one come out from behind the other cars. And then I saw a third one come out. I was like, "Oh shit, there's more of you than I thought."
But that's okay. They're in a pack.
Yeah, but that's how scared of coyotes should be of you.
Yeah.
Me, one person against three of them, they're like, "No, I don't want to do that."
Yeah, so because especially in the daytime like that, one thing that animals start to become aware of is more people are going to start coming. Mm-hmm. You know, it's logic.
It's
right?
animal nature. It's like
Animals know.
like them. We know that where there's one hyena. Hyena. I don't know where I got that in my mind. Where there's one coyote, there's multiple.
So the wait, you know what? That's something that other than the deer in this movie, we didn't deal with any animal.
Does the animated prequel deal with animals at all?
I don't know.
I don't think so.
I don't know because I would like to see if they actually dealt with what happened. It must have come from the animals to humans, right? But
well, unless it was. See, we don't know too much about the origins, so we're
Right.
allowed to kind of.
we can make up our own story.
Yeah, make it up. What I imagine. You remember Zombievers?
Yes.
Remember it was like a caustic goo or something that like
Yep.
spilled in and infected the beavers, which we should cover that movie. That's a great movie.
Zombievers.
Zombievers. It could be like that. This kind of leads me into something else. I called bullshit that he didn't know that they were dealing with something so dangerous. You don't just accidentally make something that reanimates beings and makes them want to eat other beings. That feels like some mad scientist
hold
stuff.
on. To be fair, he wasn't in charge of any of these companies. He was in charge of. He was like a stockbroker.
Okay.
So, and he managed a fund. So that fund, he told his assistant, sell everything for this. They're like, dude, that's our flagship. What are you doing? That's going to cause a panic in the market. And that's where this idiot was like, I don't run this for, what did he call him? It was like, basically, I don't run this for the average Joe, right? For imbeciles, I think he said. I don't run this for the imbeciles. And so he was doing it strictly for the rich guys, right? Get out while they're on top, right? We're going to bail out of this thing. The assistant was the one who was trying to tell him like, hey, this is going to be a problem, which came back to bite him later when the assistant called him up and he was like crying. And he was like, tell me I didn't do this. Tell me this wasn't me. And I mean, how do you feel better about it when just to keep a paycheck, you go and cause this whole worldwide calamity? So you think this is worldwide. We don't know if it ever got out of Korea. And we later, it didn't, right? That's where Peninsula showed they blockaded that whole area and it never got off the island.
It's the nice part about a virus starting in South Korea.
I guess so, right?
As long as they have a lot of airports.
But that's the thing. It's not like, this is where I get so confused. You help me with the movie. The book is so much better. The book.
There's a book?
World War Z?
Oh.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't make that jump well.
I was like, Train to Busan, what?
I didn't make that jump very well.
Wow, do you have ADHD? Because even my ADHD ass brain couldn't keep up with that jump. What the hell was that?
Now the Resident Evil Compendium.
Yeah.
So
then Leon.
Oh man. Now you're gonna get me back on Resident Evil. But the World War Z book does do a good job of going through and categorizing how a lot of the things started, how they happened, how they transferred. And they did say it was airplanes that were the delivery system.
Yeah.
But now in the movie, I had a
And
hard
black
time.
market.
That's right.
Black market organ
Organs.
transfers.
That's right. And actually, that was the start of it.
That's how it spread from
China.
China, yeah.
But now, the interesting thing to me is I couldn't quite grasp in the movie how they made the leap.
Okay, hang on. Sorry. I'm right down the street. There's an apartment. It's right across the street over there where I'm pointing.
Mm-hmm.
So it looks really good for our audio listeners.
Yeah, I think they love it.
There's an apartment window.
It's right there. It's that direction, guys.
Yeah, it's that way.
Look that way, survivors.
Yeah, look over there. There's
see it?
an apartment building. If you look over, you'll see it. And on the window, it always cracked me up because I would walk by and I would see a big sign that would say, "Please stop organ harvesting." And I'm like, wow. She said please. I don't understand why they're still doing it. The please just always made me laugh.
How is it not common sense, man? You're going to start World War Z. That's how it started.
Obviously.
I think that that's a great thing that the book did, that the movie, I had a hard time. You and I had this discussion before, which was they did cover their tracks well. I just missed it, where it was a long time to turn early on when he went to Korea. Mm-hmm. It was still like, what, 12 minutes?
Somewhere like 7 to 12 minutes.
So I'm like, how did people get on planes when they're that sick in 7 minutes, in 12 minutes, in things like that? How were that still requires people to be
the original ones. That was in Korea where we got that info from.
Right.
I assume in the book they explain that in
China.
China.
In the movie, it started in India. In China, that harvesting answers every question.
The book explains the first case. It was
and the spread.
Yeah, it was some random village that this doctor was called out to, and they thought he was possessed or something like that because they were like, "That this is fucking wild," and they're right. But
I'll have to tune into the TikTok because I'll do some short readings.
I was just gonna say you should read some passages.
I will,
like some of the interesting
ones. We'll compare the book and some of the interesting passages in the book. So tune into the TikTok. We'll do that. And that's why I don't think zombies would ever be a real threat.
I agree because.
Whoa! I'll get my kukuri.
Wait. I think he's saying something.
Zombies don't talk.
Just wait a sec. What was that?
You need a loan? What, are you going to buy a house?
What do you need a loan for?
I think he wants to buy a home. Don't we know someone who can help him with that?
Yeah, we do. Have you heard of Corinne Salas at Next Home Grandview in Glendale, California?
Mm-hmm. She can help you get moved into your forever home now.
Your eternal resting place, if you will. Or forever home. That works. Don't miss the opportunity of a lifetime like this guy. Call Corinne today at 714-510-6443. You can also find her on Instagram at Next Home by Corinne or visit her website at corinnesalas.nexthomegrandview.com. That's CORINNESALAS.nexthomegrandview.com.
Not food. Now back to Train to Busan.
Thank you. I would have needed that.
And Leon in Resident Evil.
Yes. He was great in this movie. And Ludacris was there too.
Oh my God. I still laugh at that clip every time I hear it.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad one of the most embarrassing things I've said on the internet is out there now.
Well, I my favorite part about it is your realization of what you were like. I get it. I get exactly what you meant because I've done that too, where my brain goes one direction and you're clearly going in a different direction, and we're missing each other. Like we're on two different highways. And
I was on a plane, dude. I wasn't even on a road.
That was hilarious. Yeah. What?
Like,
Who? It was good. That was good.
That was genuine confusion.
That makes for good entertainment.
Yeah.
So, Train to Busan. When the characters kind of figure out that they are, for lack of using a better term, when they're screwed, they have to figure out how to get from the back of the train up to the front, meaning they have to go through the heavily infected car.
Yeah, that's the one with all the baseball team.
Baseball team and others. I mean, that was a full car when the outbreak occurred.
Yeah.
When all hell broke loose.
That was good that they kind of trapped that many there if they kept it that way.
Which I had a hard time because there was a lot of me that was like, why do you have to go through? I always wanted to know, like, is there a way to get onto the roof? I
kind of thought the same thing, but then I kind of realized that I've never walked on the roof of a train before.
True.
And I don't know how realistic movies are.
True.
I'm not an old Western cowboy, and I'm not Wolverine. So I don't know, and I'm also not the kids from the Polar Express. So I don't know if that's possible to actually...
I'm sure it's possible.
Be up there while the train's going that fast?
I'm sure it's possible. I just don't know that it's definitely not safe.
I mean, I feel like anything's a little
issue.
safer than zombies.
Here's another issue. I didn't think about that. I know in Japan, they make the tunnels close to the train.
That would be a bad way to find out.
Yeah, you can't do anything.
And have you seen that Wolverine scene that I referenced?
No.
Oh my god, it's a great scene. So basically,
which movie is it from?
I don't remember.
Resident Evil.
It's Resident Evil. So Leon and Wolverine are on the on the roof of the train.
Wait, what if we could do something like that?
Go on.
I would love to see, like, how would Wolverine and zombies play out? Because he couldn't be infected. There's no way for him to get infected. He heals himself rapidly. He's basically immortal.
Yeah, he doesn't get sick, right?
He doesn't get sick. Because
it cured his... He had something...
Logan, right? He had some... And then
Logan, he had like a bone something or not. Was it leukemia? Or no?
God, I would have to go back and...
What? Why did Logan get... No, because he had the... That's what it was. He had the claws from, like, just having them as being a mutant. But it was that experiment that turned him to metal.
The adamantium.
Yeah, that's what it was.
And then something in there caused his immune system to just go absolutely berserk, where nothing, even a bullet to the head.
Even a nuclear bomb.
And if he did turn zombie, he would be impossible to kill.
Yeah.
You can't shoot him in the head.
But, I mean, he's already impossible to kill.
True. So
he can't be a zombie by definition.
He couldn't turn.
So that's kind of interesting.
Could he?
Though. Do we think Wolverine?
What about Deadpool?
That's another interesting. Now, Deadpool would turn into a zombie just for the fuck of it,
because he's an asshole.
Yeah, and then torture people and still break the fourth wall while doing it. Now that's Deadpool. That one's easy. Wolverine, though,
is he okay? Here's a different one. If you haven't seen this movie, which I speculate you haven't, but I'm sure some of our survivors have seen this. Have you seen Pet Sematary?
The old one or the new one?
Well, either one, but
I've seen the new one, the 2017,
where they buried the guy and he came back. It was like
Isn't the premise they bury the daughter?
Was it the daughter?
She comes back creepy and like not good.
Yeah, that was the remake. Okay.
Okay, I've seen that one.
So in the old one, they buried the kid, but in either case, at the end, doesn't he bury his wife?
I thought he buried his wife because he'd already become turned. I thought that was like the thing where, because the little girl was trying to bury the parents to make them like her, right? I thought that was the premise of the movie.
Wow. Okay, so the remake is way different. All right, let me
I might be remembering it very wrong.
Let me take you back to the 90s. The original Pet Sematary. The first one that gets buried in the Pet Sematary is the cat, Church.
Yes.
Right?
That's
Church got hit by a car. They bury it. It comes back. And
it's just not quite right.
Still the question, why the fuck did Judd have him bury that cat up there? And it blew my mind.
What? They didn't know, right?
He did know.
That the cat would come back?
He was the one who told the story about the man who buried his son after his son came back from the war. Well, his son died in the war, and he buried his son.
Oh wait,
there.
this was the neighbor, right?
Yeah.
Did
this
Judd
was the 90s.
in the 90s version? Judd buried the cat.
Judd took him to bury the cat.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. Why?
Doesn't make any sense.
You know what it does.
And then he told him afterwards. He was like, "Allie's cat," and he goes, "That's your cat now." It was like, okay, why the fuck did you do this, dude? You're not my friend. But in any case, so they bury the cat. The cat comes back. He recognizes like, oh man, this cat stinks, right? Because it's dead. The next thing, they're having this wonderful family day. And by the way, one of the most heartbreaking moments in cinema, the little kid, Gage, it's the baby. The baby is playing with a kite. The kite gets away from him. All of the asshole parents are not watching, even though they know that there's a road where there's trucks that travel way too fucking fast. And they're not watching this kid. And he goes out onto the highway and a truck kills him. And he goes and buries his son up in the pet cemetery.
Which, okay, that's the one I have a problem with.
Burying
You're
a
gonna
human.
bury your son where you buried your dead cat?
And your dead cat came back.
Yeah, I feel like forgetting the cat reanimating part.
Right.
I feel like your son deserves a better burial spot than your cat.
So the idea was he's gonna come back.
Oh
right?
yeah, okay. It was on purpose
Because it was an old Indian burial ground. But the story that as it was told was the Indians stopped using it because the ground turned sour. That was like the whole story.
So why would you keep using
Why would you keep using it?
it? It really just sounds like
So
they wanted this to happen.
Gage did come back. And later, creepy as hell, the little kid calls up his dad, tells him, "First I played with Judd, then mommy came and I played with mommy. We have an awfully good time. Now I want to play with you." So he's like, "Gage, what did you do?" So he goes over there and he finds that Gage killed his wife, right? Oh, no. So he puts his son down, which, by the way, it was one of the most terrifying, heartbreaking, and funny scenes I've ever seen in, like, all of those things combined.
How long would this clip be?
Minutes, like 2 minutes.
Oh, okay.
It's a short clip.
Do we want to watch it?
You can. We can always edit this part.
What are we looking up? We're looking up.
Look up Pet Cemetery Gage.
Oh, it's with an S.
Yeah.
Cemetery.
And Gage.
Gage death full scene.
There you go.
Killing Gage. Wow, already?
And that's an ad.
Now, enjoy Eric reacting to a clip from Pet Cemetery.
Oh, is that the neighbor? Damn. That was kind of gross. That laugh was creepy as hell. Oh, God. Kid looks like Chucky. Oh. I feel like they literally used the Chucky doll. Oh, man. Okay, I know the kid has a knife and he's supernatural and all. I could yeet Beebs if I wanted to.
Right? I kind of think that there's like this element that he can't.
God, yeah, I could get that.
Like he can, but
yeah, it's like you can break your
this
teeth.
is what they're doing it by showing you this.
Mm-hmm. All the good memories.
Watch.
No fair?
No fair. No fair. No fair.
What is this?
That's his wife.
No fair.
No fair.
No
fair.
fair.
No fair.
Okay, first of all, I know it was in the 80s. They were working with what they got. That was horrible.
It looked great in 89, I'll tell you that.
I'm sure in 89 that was wonderful. It's like I get so much flack for this. The Shining,
dude.
Come on, man. I don't think it's that good.
Dude.
I really I didn't like it. It was fall. It was spooky season. It was in the apartment, the Jackson apartment. I turned the lights out, closed the blinds. I had a glass of eggnog, and I was ready to enjoy the spooky season, and I was so underwhelmed.
What?
Yeah.
I don't get it.
It was the audio for me. It was all the dialogue was like this quiet, and you couldn't really hear anything. And then all of a sudden, you'd be staring at a blank hallway, just the fucking violins would kick in, and it was so obnoxiously loud.
Oh.
It wasn't like, oh my God, I'm scared, or oh my God, I'm going mad. It was, God, I have to turn on my TV again.
Oh.
It
I didn't. I see.
killed
I
me.
didn't have that. It's so weird. You have to be talking about what was her name? Not Shelley Long. Shelley Duvall. I think that was her name. Olive Oil. She played Olive Oil in the original Popeye. The kid. Both of them. Those could have only been the ones that were talking low because Jack Nicholson never spoke quietly in that whole movie.
Yeah, well, it was more. It's not that they spoke quietly. It's that the dialogue. It's like they purposely gained down the dialogue and just cranked any music and sound effect. Like the blood rushing down the hallway. I couldn't be scared of it because I was too busy turning down the TV again. Because it's silent and then just.
That is so weird.
Like it was obnoxious to me. I liked the story, but I don't know. It kind of got lost on me because of the audio.
So I got to get back to my question to you. After what you just saw, effects notwithstanding.
Okay.
Right. Story. Are those zombies?
Not traditional, but I would say yes.
But the kid was dead.
They literally came out of a graveyard. I think
Buried.
that's pretty zombie.
And like he went, like his kid was traditionally buried. And
Yeah.
then he couldn't handle the grief. So he goes and digs up his kid and takes him to the pet cemetery,
Yeah.
buries him there. And the next day he's back up.
That's very traditional zombie. I mean,
Right?
besides the being reburied part,
But he can talk. He can think.
this is a supernatural zombie.
It is.
This is what I think of when I think supernatural zombie, not Dawn of the Dead. But if you think biblical, I think Dawn of the Dead.
I like Dawn of the
accurate.
Dead here.
Not accurate, but
I need to make
more.
sure you understand me when I say that I really do like Dawn of the Dead. I like Dawn of the Dead for a very specific reason. It is the most, you don't like the way I use this term, but it is the most fantasy zombie.
I don't dislike it. I find it funny.
Completely fictional. I mean, I loved hearing
As opposed to a viral zombie.
as opposed to a real zombie, right? Like a Haitian zombie where a witch doctor
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
casts
Yeah,
a
yeah.
spell and calls forth and look, can I prove any of these stories exist? No way, but there are allegations that there are real cases where these witch doctors called people, they witnessed these people dead. There are witnesses to a dead body. They saw it. They had a funeral for it. And then they saw the person walking around. Can I say that is fact? Absolutely not. But I love it. It's a spooky ass story to me, and I
It's
love
nice
reading
and spooky, yeah. That just leads me down all the obvious questions. Was it night? How far away were you? You sure it was that person? It really couldn't have been anybody else.
I mean, yeah, those are all valid questions. Did you really see them? I guess it's kind of like Bigfoot.
It's like UFOs.
It's like UFOs. Did you really see Bigfoot? Did you really see him? Look, I know what I saw, okay? I saw something that looked like a man that was 300 yards away, and it was all covered in fur. So, like a grizzly bear? No, not a grizzly
No way.
bear.
No way. Have you seen sun bears?
No.
So a while ago, I think it was a Chinese zoo, released a public statement saying these are, in fact, real bears, not a human in a bear suit.
What?
Let me show you, because it's really funny. China Zoo sun bear.
No freaking way.
Yeah, that's just what they look like. They're wrinkly, but like the way it waves and stands, people were like,
That's just a man in a costume.
that's just a guy. And they're like, no, this is a sun bear. And they're like, you just put a guy in a bear suit and put him in a zoo.
You just put a guy in a bear suit, China. I don't believe you.
It really
I don't know.
looks like it.
I don't know. The way that it's walking on all fours, that's not a man.
It's that wave right there for me.
It is that wave.
It's that wave. That hi.
So there's a little bear. This bear is standing up tall, just like a man. I mean, it looks like a man in a bear costume.
I looked up China Zoo sun bear costume and go to images.
China
and
Zoo
you'll find it.
Sun bear costume.
So people were like pointing out the feet,
Yep.
being like,
Yep.
those are shoes. But that's just
Look at
a
it
bear.
walking on all fours. Men can't walk like that.
Well,
Okay,
See-
so that is a costume.
so you're telling me you never question God?
Me?
You never look at something and go like,
No, I've told
were
you.
you
I
thinking?
told you what mine was.
what which animal like
The
weirds you out?
duck-billed platypus.
Oh yeah.
What the hell is that? What is it?
Aren't they? They're like they're a mammal, right? But they
Yeah.
lay eggs.
They are one of the weirdest animals in the animal kingdom. Not only weird looking, but everything about them is a mystery. They are so strange.
You know about Perry the platypus, right?
No.
What? No
What
way.
is Perry the platypus?
Oh my god. You're gonna get so much flack on the internet for that.
For
So-
real?
I mean,
You just set me
maybe.
up?
I set you up a little bit. I might have set you up.
What did
maybe.
you say?
We'll
Get
see.
baited?
Yeah, you got baited. Get baited. Perry the platypus is from Phineas and Ferb, a Disney show.
Oh yeah, I don't know.
It was
anything
a
about
cartoon show, one of the best, a legendary cartoon show.
that. Really?
Yeah, legendary status. It's this suburban family, and the two young boys make like a literal roller coaster in their backyard or some shit. They do crazy stuff like that every day. And the older sister, is like, "Oh, I'm gonna tell mom. Like, mom's gonna find out about this." And every time she tells mom, and mom goes to look, just before she gets there, some stuff that was happening between Perry the platypus and Dr. Doofenshmirtz, the evil scientist,
Okay.
whisks away whatever they were doing that whole day.
Okay.
Just in time for the mom to show up and be like, "Oh, so there's no roller coaster." And Candace is like, "No, it was just here."
So I don't know anything about the real show. I was told something about that just like destroyed my
Oh,
My
that
visual
she
of it.
is schizophrenic.
that she not that she was schizophrenic, but that she was this was a coping mechanism that Phineas and Ferb both died in a car accident.
Oh,
And
yeah. I've heard that
she
one.
make believes that they're doing everything, which
Mhm.
is why her mom never sees anything that she claims that Phineas and Ferb are doing.
Well, the dialogue between them is also kind of supports that, because the mom will always be like, shall I say something like, "Oh, what'd you boys do today?" And the boys will be like, "We built a roller coaster." And she's like, "Oh, fun." Something like that. So kind of like she's playing along a little bit. I don't know. But the family has a platypus. And his name is Perry. And he's just a platypus, but he's not just a platypus. He's actually a special agent for an acronym I can't remember, because Disney loves their acronyms. But for an agency of secret agent animals. So Perry will always show up. Like Perry wears this little hat. I gotta pull up a picture so you can see Perry the platypus. He always wears a hat, and there's a constant joke between Perry the platypus.
Oh yeah.
And Dr. Doofenshmirtz, where Perry will show up without his hat, and Dr. Doofenshmirtz will be like, "A platypus?" And he'll put on the hat and he goes, "Perry the platypus!" Every time, and it's never not funny. So Perry will show up with like a work belt on without the hat, and it'll be like, "A handyman platypus?" And he puts on the hat, he's like, "Perry the handyman platypus!"
This is weird.
It's never not funny. It always lands. It's such an A tier joke.
So it's Phineas and Ferb, huh?
Phineas and Ferb, and then Perry the platypus. Well, that's just an S tier bit. It's so funny.
Speaking of Disney, I'm a weirdo about the Haunted Mansion at the park. Love it. Always have. Always have loved the Haunted Mansion.
I think I have some deep childhood trauma from the Haunted Mansion.
Really?
Yeah. I have a memory of being in, I swear it was a castle of some sort. But I'll tell you what I remember, and maybe this will trigger something. I swear it was at Disney. I was really young. I think the only time I ever went to Disney, I was like 4 what I remember, you've been on the Haunted Mansion ride though, right?
A million times.
That's what takes you through the castle, right?
Not the castle.
Oh.
You're in the mansion.
Okay, this is what I remember. I remember being in the castle, which I don't think you can actually go in at Disney.
Yes, you can.
You can?
You can. There's a spot. I think there's like a store upstairs or something like that.
Okay, it wasn't a store. I'll tell you that much. What I envision, or like what I remember, what my child brain remembers, is maybe a 30-foot in diameter circular room that went up really tall. I remember us being on a very large like elevator platform that would rise up and down. And this is where I know this shit didn't happen, but this is what I remember. I remember like a guy with a chainsaw running out of like a door like designed to come scare us and then run back. And it was really dark. I remember gargoyle eyes around, like looking down at us. I remember a painting that followed me no matter where. Like,
all of that is Haunted Mansion.
Okay,
Not the chainsaw though.
I have like some deep set trauma that I remember from there.
So the circular room is in the very beginning. You go into this circular room and it is an elevator platform. It lowers you down. The room stretches.
Okay,
And
I remember that.
You're standing and then the ceiling disappears. It's like,
Who took me on that ride at like 4?
I don't know. I have no idea.
Is
but
it
like,
is it actually scary or was I just 4?
no. I mean, it's Disney scary. You
Okay,
know? Which
so
is
I
like,
just overbuilt it in my head.
I don't know though. Because I'm a freak about it. I love it. I always have loved it. My mom took me on that when I was probably 4 years old. But then again, I loved Nightmare on Elm Street as a 6-year-old.
Nightmare on Elm Street is the first movie that genuinely scared me and kept me from doing something. I'm pretty good now because I'm an adult, where if it's late at night and I'm walking through the hallway and I'm like, what if that... God, I just watched a scary movie. What if that creepy thing comes and gets me? A part of my brain kicks in where I'm like, dude, you're a full grown-ass adult walking down Freddy Krueger's not gonna jump out and get you. Get a hold of yourself. And that snaps me out of it. I can really easily be like, I'm building it up in my head. Yeah. I'm freaking myself out for no reason. 10-year-old me could not do that.
I get it.
10-year-old me would not finish going up the stairs because there was a hallway that went left and right, and I can't look both ways, and I know Freddy Krueger's going to be the one way I don't look. So I couldn't go up.
So I get it. But I wanted to say regarding the Haunted Mansion, which is not scary at all, just so you know.
It's terrifying, guys.
The funny thing is that everybody else who's listening to this knows that it's not scary. They're judging you. You are being judged harshly right now.
That was the scariest thing I've ever...
PTSD?
It's the scariest thing I've ever felt. I am.
So...
I'm shaking.
So then you'll want to stay away from the new Haunted Mansion movie that's on Disney Plus.
Oh my! I didn't know they're releasing straight up horror movies on
Horror.
Disney now.
Disney is straight up doing horror now.
That's crazy.
It's not even horror comedy.
It's just horror.
With Eddie Murphy, it was horror comedy. And you know, I'm a sucker for bad movies because they said it was absolutely horrible. Everybody talks about how bad that Haunted Mansion movie was with Eddie Murphy.
Okay.
I love it. I watch it every year at Halloween.
I think the only bad thing about the movie, and it's also the best thing about the movie, is the scrying eye, the green chick.
Oh, Madame Leota.
Yeah. It's the silliest part of the whole movie.
I love all of it.
But it's also the best part of the movie.
And they remade it, and it's pretty good.
It's good?
It's pretty good.
I still got to watch it. Maybe we do that one.
I watched it. I enjoyed every single bit of it.
You know, I have a clip of you saying spoiler alert, and you said it's so funny that I clipped it, and I'm keeping it for when we do a movie that's within 2 years.
Nice.
Yeah, it's oh man, the clip I got to show you after this. It's so good. It's perfect.
So with that, guys, I'm conceding that I don't think there's really a way to survive Train to Busan. I understand all of it. I do got to say one thing. I made fun of Corinne because she got emotional at the end of this movie. this is legit. Okay. Because when we watched this the last time with Corinne, she was pregnant. I didn't have my baby girl yet. And then I'm
So it's
watching this.
different.
And I'm seeing this scene where the daughter is grabbing onto his sleeve and she won't let him go. And she's begging him not to go. But he's been bitten and he knows he only has a little bit of time before he's going to turn. And he has to get away from her to give her a chance to live. And she's
such a good actor.
Begging him not to go. She's holding onto his sleeve and he has to grab her hand and rip it off of him and get up and go. And he's crying the whole way out where I'm like, oh, hell yeah, dude. And then he remembers her. He remembers her when she was born and he's holding her. And even as he's turning into a zombie, he's smiling. And then he throws himself off the back of the train or falls off the back of the train. Then you see her as they're approaching the military safe zone. They're about to kill them, but her singing the song that he watched her sing that she didn't finish, that he said, you got to finish everything you start.
For the talent show.
Don't quit. And so she goes out there and she starts singing and she's crying the whole way that she's singing. I'm like,
she was such a good actor.
Dude, that was cruel.
She sold
but amazing.
that. She sold that so well.
Convinced me.
It's
Convinced
incredibly
me.
sad. It wouldn't be a Will You Survive episode if I didn't critique something. When he falls off the train, you see in his shadow, he kind of like sticks his leg out to catch himself.
Did he? Are you serious?
Yeah, he doesn't just fall like a plank, which is if you're giving up.
I thought he did.
If you just surrender, you just give up. That's what you do. You just fall like a plank. But he's an alive human doing it.
I'm going to go back and watch that because I missed it.
Fairly certain
I missed it.
that you kind of see his like one of his legs sticks out a bit to try and catch him because you're just watching a shadow.
Right. Wow.
Which, I mean, I guess there's something for like he didn't want to kill himself. So like I could see that.
Man, but that got me. And I think that's a realistic ending. Everybody died but two. And I'm glad for the two who did survive, but it's like how horrible, right? The one has to bring a new baby into this world and the other is a child who lost both their parents.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think that mother now has to raise two kids.
Right.
One who's gone through some shit you're never going to fix.
With her.
Yeah.
Like they both went through this together.
Yeah, she lost her husband, yeah.
And she lost her husband.
Man, that guy was dope.
He was my favorite.
Oh, the bad guy on the train?
Oh,
God, he
Jesus.
sucked.
Oh, but you know what? I got to say this about all of the Korean shows that we've been watching. So Train to Busan, #Alive, All of Us Are Dead, and there's others, but these are the main zombie ones that we've seen recently. They do such a great job in demonstrating all of it, including the bad traits that make me hate these people so much that I have to remind myself, God, these are just actors.
Those are really good actors when they make you feel that way.
Yep.
Draco Malfoy.
Yep.
I've heard the guy's awesome. He donates a lot to like dog foundations and stuff.
Draco Malfoy, though.
I'm a
Fuck
big
that
fan
guy.
of dogs, but fuck that guy, man.
And what is his name? Tom Felton.
Tom
We're not
Felton.
talking about you. We're talking about Draco Malfoy.
You played Draco too well.
So well.
It's like Lucius
So
Malfoy.
well. Him too.
I hate that man.
But yeah, that about does it for this one. You do not want to be on a train when a
You don't want to be
disaster breaks
traveling.
out. You don't want to be traveling.
Mm-mm.
I don't know a way that you can prepare yourself. I don't know a way that you can be prepared and you're trapped. So I guess the only way that I would give you any advice is to, even when you're on a plane, you're on a train, you're anywhere like that. It's hard to say, plan your exit, but it really isn't a joke. You used to fly all of the time. Know where your exits are. I mean, it's
Listen to your flight attendants.
less likely on a plane, but on a train. I mean, on a train, you got to know your exits. You got to know your escape route. You got to think about all of these things. It's not just for the zombie apocalypse, guys. Like, accidents do happen. And it's okay to be a little paranoid. It's okay to look around and to see where you're at and to see your surroundings and to see where's my exits and where am I going to go. In my case, I always think about the zombie apocalypse. If the zombie apocalypse, and I'm repeating apocalypse a lot just for your benefit. If the zombie
it's
apocalypse,
fine. You saying it's fine. It's just me. I sound like the speech impediment, dude.
if the zombie end of the world, the zombie apocalypse occurs, I want to be ready, and I know that that's going to work in any situation. One of the scariest situations you can possibly imagine, an active shooter situation.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say I think a zombie situation is a lot scarier than
it would be an active shooter situation. It would be an active shooter situation. Do you know why? Because amateurs are not going to know the difference between a zombie and a person. It's shoot first, ask questions later.
I mean, yeah, but I think that just ties into zombie in general.
Zombies.
But I am always thinking, when I'm at airports, I'm always thinking of how much it would suck if a zombie apocalypse broke out at that moment.
That's a great one. I always think that too. And so, okay, you're in the air. The only thing I can do is get back down. And now with this movie...
when I'm in the airport, like walking through the terminals, I'm like, man, if shit broke out right now... That would suck.
It would suck, but there's still ways, right? It's not as bad as on the plane.
No, on the plane, you're screwed. You're already screwed. That's a done deal.
And I'm kind of conceding the fact that without a lot of plot armor, if we're on a train, we're screwed.
Yeah.
You're so tightly confined. And if you don't have the plot armor that they're blind in the dark, that they become like docile in the dark.
Or that they can't open the doors.
Yeah. I mean, you've got problems. So with that, guys, stay prepared, stay vigilant, store your water, store your dried goods, buy yourself some emergency food rations. They have those cool little kits. If you're interested in looking at it, we have stuff on our Pinterest boards, things that you can buy straight from Amazon off of our boards where it's packaged food in Mylar packaging that keeps it safe. They allege it's for 25 years. I have some packages and I haven't smelled it bad at all, so I don't think there's any rancid food in there. Also, check out our social media, our TikTok, our Instagram, both Will You Survive, and our X, formerly Twitter.
X account, yeah.
At Alex and Erik, WYS.
Just call it X-out.
X-out.
X-account. X-out.
Our X account.
All right.
So check us out, guys. Hit us up too. Email Alex and Erik at willyousurvivethepodcast.com.